What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm sorry I had to take a little bit of an uploading break. I had to get something to eat. My stomach was growling, so I had to get that done. But today, we are back, episode number 10, with our expansion franchise, with our Atlanta Thrashers. If you guys have missed the first 9 episodes of this expansion franchise, go give them a watch. This has been a ton of fun. But if you guys like these kinds of videos, remember, leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Add me on Snapchat at WackoTime3. Follow me on Twitter. All my socials in my bio. Still liking this. Also, if you guys hear me not talking as much, it's because I'm playing the game. And Kyle Dubas, the Pittsburgh Penguins GM, right? See the GM, hold on, where is he? The GM or the owner? President of Hockey Operations. He addressed the media this afternoon following their 23-24 season. So hold on, I gotta shut these lights out. There's a little bit of a glare. There you go. Jesus, okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there was a bit of a glare and that was kind of driving me bonkers. But yeah, let's get into this. We are also going to be taking on the Blackhawks this episode, or do we take on the Rangers? No, I kind of want to take on the Hawks. This episode, we are still on that homestand. We have 2 more games. I kind of want to give them their away. I kind of want to give them them away. I want I want to have a red stadium. Classic. Let's see. Home, away. Second home, 1943, 1944, away. Home, away. Let's just do it there. Away. Yeah. Go there away. That looks good. But, yeah, they're in 89. I kind of want to look at yeah. So, yeah, like I said, Kyle Dubas, there it is, holy crap, addressed the media today, either this morning or this afternoon, I don't remember when, this afternoon, and so, I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna break it down while we're playing this game, I'm gonna tell you guys what he says, but, yeah, let's get into this. So, this is their intro, always. This is something on this team. I mean, they have Taze, Silver, Guitar, they're their goalies. Talbot and Ford Crawford. I hope we get Ford Crawford. Shoot, and hold on. Oh. I can do that. I'm probably gonna film 2 episodes of this, because we'll play 2 games. Because I won't be able to film on Wednesday. If I was looking at my schedule for the week, I'm only gonna be able to upload probably Monday and Friday, because maybe Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Maybe Tuesday. But yeah, anyway, playoffs start tomorrow. They will not be coming up on this channel. No playoff stuff. But yeah. Kyle Dubas, he addressed the media. Let me get to the real.
Those around the league have from him, especially.
Let me see here. I don't know what he talked about, so I'm interested to hear.
They're the same age. He came as you see.
So there's a 6-minute intro, so yeah, I'm interested. See what this is. Oh, Patty saying he might be good. All right, here's Kyle Dubas.
Alright, morning everybody. I'll just start first off on behalf of the organization, just note of gratitude to Jeff Carter. Congratulations to him on a great career. It's interesting for me. Jeff and I are the same age. He came to Sault Ste. Marie as a 16-year-old, so I've known each other for almost 25 years now, and so to be able to see.
So basically, he's saying right now, that. So Jeff Carter retired right after the game Wednesday in New York. I did not watch the game. They lost, unfortunately, 5-4. But that's kind of what he's talking about right now.
The level of respect and admiration that those around the league have for him, especially the last couple of days. And I think most importantly, everything he added to off the ice leadership and preparation throughout this season. I think that will be something that will have big time benefits to the Penguins for years to come. Showing some of the guys in their 30s what it takes to get to be able to play into your late 30s. In this case, 39 years old. That's a great example for him. So, very thankful to Jeff and Michelle. We had 6 guys this year playing 82 games, which the schedule is travel. The schedule is changing. I think is always a remarkable feat. Marcus Patterson, Eric Carlson, Chris Letang, Sid, Lars Eller, and Kenny Malkin played in all 82 games. I think especially in Chris's case, the things that he went through during the year to make sure that he could be available in all 82 games was remarkable.
Oh yeah, so Sid, the big three, Sid, and well, obviously Sid, Malkin, Letang, Lars Eller, and I believe Marcus Patterson played a full season, which kudos to them for doing that. I mean, Crosby, by the way, I'm not saying this is going to be my game of not game. This is going to be my video where I'm just not hitting crapshoot, but going into my bias moments and talking about the Penguins the entire time, like I did last video. But I'm gonna kind of talk about the Penguins a little bit. Because they had a good year. I think even though they didn't make the playoffs, if you guys haven't seen my video of the Penguins not making the playoffs on my main channel, go give that a watch. Yeah, so anyway, getting back to what I was saying before I was really interrupted, was the fact, so, yeah, there was 5 guys that played in the full season, and I believe Lars Eller was one of them, which, by the way, Lars Eller, I believe he had a decent season. Let me see what Lars Eller did this year. In the full, can find the friggin' thing. Lars Eller, let's see, Chrome, we got a Chrome here. Yeah, so I'm basically just breaking it down. Lars Eller, what did you do this offseason, or this season, bud? Hold on, let me look it up, hold on. Squeeze me. Lars Eller, I believe we have him for one more season. Let's see, Lars Eller, he played Montreal. Let's see, what did he do in a full season, Lars Eller? Lars Eller, what did you do in a full season, buddy? 15 goals, 16 assists, 31 points in a full year for Lars Eller. That's not too bad. And then I believe he said Marcus Pedersen also played a full season. Let me look stats. Oh my god, he's only 27. His nickname is the Dragon. You got the Dragon and the Tiger. Okay, that's great. Let's see here. Don't really have a lot of fullness on here. And Kyle Dubas, we will get back to you, buddy, but hold on, I'm seeing what my boy did. Pedersen did in the full season. Crosby, I know what he did. He had Nah, he had a heck of a season. And let's see. Full season, he had 30 points. Okay, so 30, yeah. Crosby, Malcolm, Letang, Pedersen, and Eller all played a full year. Okay. Yeah, okay, so anyway, yeah, 4 goals, 26 assists, 30 points, and a plus minus of 28. Yeah, Pedersen was decent this year in the full season that he gave us. So, yeah, I'll take that from him. I really enjoy these, Kyle Dubas.
Speaks to who he is as a person and how competitive he is and what he's willing to put on the table for the team. And I think a huge credit to those players should go to our performance staff, Marty lives on our medical staff, Dr. Mias. The staff of our team, in particular Jason Seiling, the team operations side, John Tagley and Eddie, his equipment staff, the amount of work and care that they put in for the Penguins to keep it running on a daily basis at an extremely high level was very impressive to me and deeply appreciated by all of our staff and players. And obviously, you all Jen and her crew, Evan and Emma and Gabe. So I just,
So sorry, as you move your nose up there.
How great those people are at their jobs, even if the team results aren't what we all aspire to, or they may be disappointing. It doesn't defeat the fact that there are people in the building doing outstanding work. It doesn't get seen by the public on a daily basis, and so warrants mentioning. As for the season that was, obviously last summer, the goal was to try to provide a boost to the group after last season and missing the playoffs. The intention going through the summer, particularly the trades that we made, the goal was that those players would come in and add elements that were missing or that the group needed, and that could propel us back into being a playoff team once again. I think that throughout the season, we started off poorly, dug ourselves a hole in October, started to make our way out of it, and from mid-January through to really to April, we struggled. And we can talk as long as we want today and answer any questions about where we're at on that. But I think that stretch is, we can focus on individual things, we can focus on stretches of the year, but I think that stretch from mid-January through to April, back into Madison Square Garden, starting to get on the run, that's the stretch that has us here today and not getting ready to play playoffs. So, with regards to where we'll go in the future, this press conference might not provide all the answers that everybody specifically wants or wonders about, because I view this time as pivotal. The exit meetings with the players, the meetings with the coaches, meetings with all of our department heads, that has to be used to inform the decisions of where we're going to go throughout the summer. But I think you all have an idea from what we did at the trade deadline that we need to reposition where the team has been for the last couple decades. Mm-hmm. And I think justifiably the team for a long time has been.
I'm sorry guys if I'm not talking, but I'm really listening.
Assets that attempts to win. Yep. Three times. Contention for 4 times. We need to reposition the way that we start to do that, replenish the assets that we have.
Yep.
In an attempt to get us back into not sitting here 2 days after the regular season and having year-end press conferences and meetings. So that's where we're at. And I will turn it over to all for questions, and we'll take as many as you. You don't have to rush to put your hands up. I'm not going to go anywhere until everyone's got their questions.
All right, questions time.
Seth, my apologies. Kyle, I was more laughing at Seth's reaction here. Yeah. The final 14 games of your season on the line, Alex Nedeljkovic was in goal. Yes. What does that say to you about the future of both Alex with the organization and Tristan's? Well, I think the circumstances, but I think, knowing what the narrative was, I think one of the
So we're actually, there's again, um, so sounds like there's going to be, okay, charging on a charge, dang it. So it sounds like on that end of the fact that Jari, we're not sure what. I mean, like I said last time on Wednesday's video, excuse me. But there's a lot. I have a lot of questions about the Penguins. Like what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they going to do this summer? Are they gonna give me like a? Are they going to go out and get like us Pens fans, us Steven Stamkos? Try to trade for someone big. And are they going to use Joel Blomqvist in the minors for the goaltender next year? Joe Jari and Joel Blomqvist? Are they going to trade Tristan Jari and then see what they can get for him? I mean, McCoshin, whatever his name is. What is happening with this hockey or this Penguins team? I'm interested to see. The one thing I didn't see he mentioned is, and I saw it on Twitter today, posted on Twitter, was Crosby's probably going to stay a Penguin for life. So they'll probably extend him in the offseason. I would be happy if they extended Crosby. Gave him like a couple of year deal. Who Crosby, yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm interested to see what the Penguins will do. The Penguins always, I love the Penguins a ton. I'm obviously I'm a biased Penguins fan. Because I'm from Pittsburgh. That's why I love the Penguins so much. I mean, like, I do like my Avs. I do have a heart feeling for the Colorado Avalanche just because Crosby and McKinnon are buddies in Nova Scotia. They're both from the same place in Nova Scotia, and yeah, so sway them. Jacob Slavin scores. Isn't he a defenseman? Yeah, he is. 2-0 us, but I'm happy with this lead. But yeah, let's listen to this.
And at that time, that's the Monday, the first day of that trip. Tristan was scheduled to play, and he and a number of our players during the warm-up leading into the game became violently ill. So Ned had to play that game one. Tristan was going to be ready to play the next day, so Ned played again one. From then on, it was Ned played on Thursday in Washington, Monday at Vancouver. So I think at that point, especially with the year, basically at that point, as you saw, we had to win every game. We lost one in regulation from that point on before we were eliminated on Tuesday night. So I think Ned did what every player wants to in that spot. He takes the opportunity, he runs with it. And I think the easy thing to say.
Yeah, okay, so he's talking about. So, yeah, there was a part of the year where Alex Nedeljkovic, Jari was supposed to play in that game in Madison Square Garden, taking on at MSG, taking on the Rangers, and he wasn't feeling good. He was violently ill. They're not sure what it was. So Alex Nedeljkovic, the backup, played. They won that game. Then they played another one. And then they play the next night, and Alex Nedeljkovic. Well, Jari was originally scheduled to start, but they had to go to Nedeljkovic, and then Nedeljkovic took another backup, and then they played in New Jersey and they won that game. Which, by the way, that was an insane game. I didn't watch it either. I saw the highlights though, recently. And then I didn't watch a lot of their games, but I did watch that Boston game, which was god awful. Jesus. I watched their Toronto game a little bit. That was bad. I watched their Monday night Nashville game. That was a good game. I watched a lot of the hockey, the Penguins hockey this year. I just want to see the Penguins be good next year. Like back to that 15, 16, 17, 15, 16, 16, 17 team where we won back-to-back cups. Make a push for the playoffs. Like, hopefully the Penguins can do that. I know we have a lot of old guys, but I want to see the Penguins get at least another cup or two before Crosby, Malkin, and the Tang all retire. I want them to go out well. So when that day happens, I'm like, okay, at least Crosby has 5 cups by the time he retires, and so does Malkin, and so does the Tang with 5 cups. But yeah, what 3-0 first period? Yeah.
Tristan has massive potential. Both goalies, most of the year, our goaltending was great. Top of the league in Tampa. And I'm most excited about Tristan is that every player that gets in these spots at these points in their career can be a real inflection point, and he has to make a decision of how he wants to respond next year. There's obviously doubt, there's questions, and I don't think that's necessarily just because of his play. It's because of the fact that at this point, Ned, he got sick. Ned stepped in and ran with it. Um, so I'm excited to see how Tristan responds because that's what this is about. Uh, how guys like that are able to push back when things don't. I was very happy for him because he's competed his butt off throughout the year, especially when our team wasn't playing really well at all down that stretch in March. He showed up every day, or both goalies did. So it was nice to see him, especially get because
sure.
He'd had a couple tough years before coming in here. I think really won the respect of everybody. So it was great to see him take advantage of run with it. So he's an unrestricted free agent. It's been very good on his views. As I said to him yesterday, we have a situation where we have a young goaltender that's also pushing Joel Lewis. We're going to use this next stretch of weeks, the last 2 games here. He'll play 1 game this weekend, but then really playoffs with Wilkes. How does Joel play? Can he assert himself at that level? Have more information about it.
Good morning, Kyle, and thank you for doing this. So how much responsibility does the coaching staff bear for how this season played out? And are changes to that staff something to which you'll give serious consideration?
The way I look at the year, Dave, is I think that in the end, responsibility for the year falls on me. That's this rule. Everyone that's in place here is in place because I've either brought them here or have elected to keep them here. And so when things don't turn out, year falls below expectation. That is,
yeah.
That falls on the person who's in my spot. So I take the responsibility for the fact that we had that stretch where we cost ourselves that chance. Having said that, it's my job to evaluate all of the groups that are, all systems that we have in place, coaching, medical, equipment, player development, etc. Make sure we've got the right people on the staff in place to get us.
Fire Mike Sullivan.
Continually about staff, go through each staff member, evaluate whether they're the right fit for our group, not, and then evaluate whether want to make any changes. But I think what I will say about the coaching staff is the amount of work that all of them spent throughout the year, their efforts, their push to change and evaluate the way that we playing, especially when it wasn't going well.
All right, so the coaching staff. Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. Like, I mean, you have Sullivan, you have Todd Reardon. Yeah, Todd Reardon. Is that his name? Yeah, it is. I'm just trying to think of his name. You have like so many guys there that's like they're not sure what they're gonna do. I really am praying and hoping that Mike Sullivan is not back next year. Jesus, I mean he was good, his first year with us, his first 2 seasons with us, he was good. He came in, bada bing, bada boom, back to back cup, back to back cup. Jeez. Um, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So he kind of is. I'm glad he's addressing the media on this. Um, but anyway, so getting back to what I was saying was Kyle Dubas. I'm happy that he's addressing the media, talking more in depth because I actually want to know what he's saying and listen to the whole thing. Obviously, there's 46 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. I'm kind of happy with this, but he's such a good GM slash president of hockey operations, unlike someone on Hexall. I'm sorry I didn't say his name. But yeah, that's about it on my end of the thing. I mean, there's more. I still got 40 more minutes of hockey, but yeah. So that's basically it. I mean, he's addressing like each. You got the coaching staff. You got the president, or not president, some other things too. There's 4 places he mentioned. I don't remember the medical. Sorry, guys, had a long week. Yeah, but back to the second period of this. But yeah.
To answer your question on me and Sully and our management group to work to get us back into the spot where everyone here in Pittsburgh wants us to get to.
Kyle, you said I think it was after the trade deadline. You talked about sort of the big four being part of this, but also they can help sort of lead the next great Penguins team. I'm curious, in the cap era, it's been really, there's not a lot of examples of teams that have sort of done what the Penguins have done, but also teams that were even close when they're having a stretch where they don't make the playoffs for a couple years in a row, of it being a quick turnaround. And you said you thought it wasn't going to be long. I'm curious why you think that, and
Ooh, good question,
is there
bud.
something you've seen this year that
Yeah. So every team, I'm gonna explain this. So every team, and it might take me the whole period to explain, but well, it is what it is. So in every team, Penguins, Avs, Lightning, Oilers, Maple Leafs, Canucks, Predators, Panthers, Devils, Islanders, Rangers, Hurricanes, Capitals. Every single team in the NHL, they have something called a salary cap, and then you only have like so much cap, and then in that end you have something called cap space. So that just says how much, like, you say, okay, we have 135 mil available on our budget, and you're like, okay, I can spend that much. But you're like, okay, we have our roster's not that full, so you can say anyway. You can say, okay, we have this X amount of money, and if we have um you have X amount of money, and you spend it, and you're like, well, crap, we gotta trade some players away. We're low on salary cap. Our salary cap is we don't have enough for this player, so you gotta be like, okay, we gotta release people to bring them in, and X Y Z. So I mean, there's teams that have won. The Penguins have won the cup during the salary cap era. Which, speaking of the salary cap era, I don't know when it started. When the salary cap era started, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I can get back to you on that at another time. I can look it up. Hold on, let me look it up right now. Let me see when the salary cap era did start. Let's see. Let's see. Google salary cap. I'm gonna say it started in the 1960s. I'm gonna say 1968. Um, Let me Google it. Hold on. No, Google, do not do that. I don't want to get copyrighted. Salary cap era start. When did it start? It started 1994. Wait, not 94, that is. Oh, yeah, there's even a salary cap in football. But there's no salary cap in baseball, unfortunately. 2000, okay, so the 05-06. Sorry, 94 was for the NFL. 2005 and 2006 is when it started for the NHL. Okay, so approximately 20 years ago, almost. Not even. So since the cap era started, so I guess before 05 and 06, there was no such thing as a salary cap, which means teams could spend a crap ton of money and do whatever the heck they felt like they wanted to do. And that's why you had the teams like the Canadians winning the cup so much, because they had a lot of good players and they didn't have a salary cap, but now they do, and now they stink, and they're pretty bad. They're always hot garbage. Ever since the salary cap started, 05 and 06. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of what he's talking about now. Their whole. But if you guys are you guys picking up? You guys as I hope all of you are not confused with things. If you guys have questions about what I'm talking about, I'm trying to break down what Kyle Dubas on the media video that I have playing on my tablet. I always want to call it an iPad or something. It's not. It's a tablet. You guys are I'm trying to break it down more in depth because I know hockey very well. I'm like a hockey geek. Yes. So, anywho, I know this video is kind of long and it's gonna be long. Um, but I'm sorry about that. It's gonna be like an hour long. Jeez. Come on, probably maybe less than that. But yeah, maybe I'll do my playoff predictions tonight. Yeah, I will. Well, let me get back. Let me get back to this video. After this game, I will. Obviously. The system. Why am I a shipbuilder? Everybody, I need to not sing. Might get copyrighted on that song. There we go. Anyway, but yeah. Let me get back to the Dubas thing.
Makes that your opinion?
Well, first I would say that I would disagree that there aren't examples of teams where it hasn't taken long. I think when this team started contending, LA wasn't contending yet. Then they won twice, and they missed the playoffs and acquired some high picks. Now they're a contender again. That's my opinion of LA. I think they're a very good team. The Rangers were contending when the Penguins were contending. Rangers went through their own pivot, we'll call it, and now they just won the President's Trophy. So I think that when people...
Alright, so let's take LA. So when the Penguins were contending in 2015-16. The Penguins were contending for a few years. The Kings were not contending. The Kings were an absolute crap team. Sorry, Kings fans. And now they're contending. And now they're good. Which is fine, because I love seeing the Kings being good. I don't actually hate the Kings. I do hate the Dodgers, though, but that's baseball. And then the other team he just mentioned was the Rangers. And the Rangers kind of just said, I'm put into his words, the Rangers weren't contending the Rangers were kind of contending when the Penguins were, But then the Rangers did what he called a pivot. I don't know if you guys heard that, but a pivot, just like a turnaround, and they missed the playoffs, and then they just won the President's Trophy. So if you guys haven't seen my power rankings video, that should be out by now. I don't know if it is, but it should be. Um, but yeah, Kyle Dubas, he's such a great guy. I love his interviews. I love his answer Q&A stuff. I haven't met him in person, but I want to someday. I feel like he will be the right. I feel like after Ron Hextall and Brian Burke were gone, and they totally screwed up the Pittsburgh Penguins with the burning. I feel like they screwed up the Penguins big time. Who? Hextall and not Hex. Yeah, once I feel like once Hextall and um Brock Burke were gone, they hired Kyle Dubas, who he was in the mix for us to hire him, and we hired him, and I feel like he's gonna be the right guy. That's Kyle Dubas, president of hockey operations, and or the GM. I think I forget what all his title is. I think he's the GM. I know he's not the owner because Lemieux and them are the owner, and the Fenway Sports Group. They hired the right guy in Kyle Dubas, and Kyle Dubas actually knows what he's doing. It started last summer with us acquiring Eric Carlson, and so at this point, he I already kind of love him. I mean, yes, unfortunately, it was on him, on Kyle Dubas, like he said. That was why they had that stretch of games this year where they were 1-800 butt cheeks. But it is what it is. So I think he's going to try to go back next year, 24-25, and maybe make this team even better, probably even make it another playoff team again, turn this team around. I mean, I feel like right now we needed a little bit of a retool. I mean, but once I can see us contending probably in the next couple of years. I mean, once Crosby, Malkin, and Letang retire, it's gonna be hard. I'm going to be a very, 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 very salty Penguin fan. Yes, because of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang will have been gone. Um, I mean, by that time we'll probably have Braden. Well, what's his name? Braden Yater up, Owen Pickering. If we can trade him away, Eric Carlson might be gone. Tristan Jarry might be gone. Joel Blomqvist. I don't know. We'll see what the Penguins are up to here in the next few years. But I kind of want to hear what else Kyle Dubas has to talk about. It sounded like there were no moves to be made with the coaching staff, but then yet again, he might make some moves with the coaching staff. I fully expect a little bit of I wouldn't say rebuild, full rebuild of the entire team. I expect a little bit of like, all right, Sullivan gone, Todd Reardon gone, Andy Haynes. Oh wait, that's the Pirates. Um, other coaches, other coaching staff gone. Try to hire some new guys behind the bench. Rodburn Demore is available if the Canes don't re-sign him. He might be available. But I kind of, like I said, I kind of want to hear what else the coaching staff, what else Dubas has to say.
Say they want to rebuild. They want, what they really mean by that is a full-on scorched earth. Try to project who the number one pick is going to be in 2025, 26, 27, 28. Say, yeah, it's going to work out. We're going to get them all. Then we're going to be great again. And my view of it is that there are more examples of late of teams that contended when this team was contending that have pivoted in short order to acquiring, to replenishing their younger assets, whether that's prospects, picks, players, and then turned it quickly while those key members of their group are still there. LA, Kopitar, Doughty, the Rangers. You can go through the.
Yeah, alright, so their key players are still there. Kempe, Doughty, and Kopitar, yeah. Yeah, that's their big three. Kempe, Dowdy, and Kopitar. Rangers, I don't know what he...
But Zibanejad, they've had Kreider's Zibanejad. Those guys were there when they were good. And
Yeah, Kreider's Zibanejad. Yeah, okay, yeah, Kreider's Zibanejad are still there. And they brought those guys in. And look how good they've been.
in particular Kreider, and they've
Yeah,
also
particularly
transitioned
Kreider.
throughout trades they made, picks they made. So I think the easy answer is to sit up here and when you're in these spots and say, okay, we're just gonna rip it all the way down, and it's gonna require patience. It's gonna be painful.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the right course, there are organizations that have done that well. I think here with our group that we have, it would be foolish not to try to get those younger players in and around those players like Sid, like Chris Letang, like Brian Rust.
Oh, yeah, Brian Rust.
Come in every single day and operate at an extremely high level and get the most out of it.
Alright, so when he means young players, alright, more talk time and less do boss time. Alright, so we have a lot of young players in there. We have Marcus Pedersen, who's not even 30. Jackson Ivany. Valtteri Puustinen. Who else is there? Oh god, there's a ton. Valtteri Puustinen, Joel Blomqvist, Jackson Ivany, Marcus Pedersen, who's not even 28. Or not even in his 30s yet. He's only 27, 28, 27. He's gonna be 20. His number is 28. Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Oh god. Rust, but he's like burning me out the door here in a couple years. Not trade wise, but like retire wise. He's gonna retire. I can see Rusty retire. Which again, Crosby, Malcolm, Letang, and Rust retiring is gonna be a sad day. I was sad when Pascal Dupuis retired. Matt Collin retired. Chris Kunitz retired. Yammer Yager did not. Actually, Yammer Yager did not retire. He's 52, 53. He just had a birthday not a couple days ago, and he's still playing. And then again, also the Rangers. They had Kreider. They brought in via the draft, I think. They had Kreider. They brought in Kreider, Zibanejad, and they're still there, and they're outstandingly amazing. They brought in Shesterkin. The Rangers have done things, and look at what it has done for them. It's made them good. And they brought in Lafreniere and Kako, but what's stupid is that I don't think, I don't think them bringing in Lafreniere and bringing Capo Kako was the best move that I think they've done. Bringing in Igor Shesterkin, another really good move via the trade. Or not trade, the draft. Bringing in Lafreniere via the draft. Maybe they rushed him. I mean, I think it was good, but like I feel like they either A rushed him or B they suffered. Or not suffered. Maybe they just rushed him a little bit. They brought him up too early. They put him in the NHL too early. I mean, Connor Bedard, or he's probably not that good of a player. I don't know. But he might turn out to be a really good player. I don't know. But if we draft him in this season, I will try and draft Lafreniere. But yeah, let's see here. Anyway, we've only had one penalty. I mean, there we go. Thanos scores 5-0. Back 60. Thrash. Holy switch. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Oh, there's that. And then even like the what's their names? Blackhawks. They've been rebuilding for like years. The Islanders used to be bad and now they're good again. Um, the Devils, were good last year. They were bad this year. They might be good next year because Jack Hughes will be back. He should be at least before the start of the season. Once he's back, he's going to be good. Jesper Brott. I mean, they have. If you guys haven't seen my Power Ranking video, go give that a watch. But right now, yeah. See,
So that's
what
the
else
way
we talked
I
about here?
view it. But we haven't gone through our full breakdown of the year where we want to go how we stack up against the other teams in our division next year, the year after, where those teams are at in their own cycle. How can we surpass them? So we have to. I'd love to be able to give clear-cut answers right now, but I think that'll become more clear as we get towards the draft and free agency level.
Colin, we spoke with Lars Eller yesterday. He was asked, why do you think things didn't pick up sooner? You know, what was the problems earlier this season? And one thing he said was he thought the lows were too low for too long. And one example that he pointed to was the area before and after the Gensel trade on the calendar. Given the veteran influence on this team, are you disappointed that that was the case? And are you surprised that that was the case in those weeks in and around when you traded Jake?
Both. I think it's fair to say. I think surprised and disappointed that because the reason is that we showed what we're capable of once we got back to it through the for the last 12, 13 games, whatever it was. Really, once we got to Colorado, I know we didn't win that game, but I've been in that building a number of times where they get way up in games, and then you feel it's about to start coming in waves. And I felt we played well there. Then we came home, we played Carolina, won. Didn't play well in the two Columbus games, but then we got ourselves going again, and we were starting to improve points. So yeah, if we had shaken the doldrums a little bit earlier, might be in a different position. I think it's very instructive to everybody moving forward.
Which prospects or younger guys are you looking at as guys who could come in and genuinely push for a spot next training camp?
I think that's. I mean, certainly that's been one of the bright parts, Taylor, of the year is that we've had we've had both guys who were kind of bubble or depth perceived as depth step up big time in the second half of the year, particularly down the stretch. Drew O'Connor and P.O. Joseph would be the two top examples of that.
Yeah.
But then we also you see guys start to come up. Sam, he was caught up in the same thing as Tristan.
Yeah, Sam Pullen. Okay, Drew. Okay, so he just mentioned Drew O'Connor, who, by the way, is one of my favorite. I love me some Drew O'Connor. Pierre Oliver, P.O. Joe. He could be a little bit better. I'm not saying he's not a prospect anymore. He's more of like a regular NHL player. He's not a rookie anymore. He's going to like his fourth or fifth year. I believe last year was a sophomore season. I don't remember when he came up. But yeah, Pito Joe, Sam Poulin, another one. Um, Valtteri Puustinen, like I mentioned earlier. Um, Jackson Ivan was a good one that came up. He's a rookie. He'll be second. He'll be into a second year around next year. I think he'll have that complete. I expect Bedard to win the Calder Cup Memorial. The Calder Cup, at least. The Rookie of the Year in the NHL. But in general, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed listening to him. But he said there's no answers to about the fact that we have. He doesn't really know stuff. He'll know more once we get closer to the draft. Once the draft happens, we'll know more about what's happening. Are we gonna? I hope we get the. I don't think we're getting number one pick. I hate to say that, but I don't think we're getting number one. I think with the draft thing is in a couple of weeks anyway. The draft lottery is like the 6th or the 7th of May. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear on camera, but I just do. Sometimes it just casually happens. But no, I'm sorry this video is a little bit longer due to the fact that I'm breaking down the Kyle Dubas, speaking to the media, the Kyle Dubas spin-off news, and Kyle Dubas speaking to the media. Not me, breaking down Kyle Dubas, what he said to the media today. Good afternoon or good morning, whenever he started it with, was awesome. But we're not sure what else is going to happen. I'm actually excited to see. Oh, it's a goalie versus goalie player fight. I'm not accepting that. Yeah, we have a shutout going here with 4.8 seconds to go logging. Yeah, 3. But anyway, yeah, this team is looking more. There it is. Game's over. 37-32. Yep. Alright, so now we can continue on with the rest of the video for, not the video, the media, the press conference here with Kyle Dubas. But then after that, once it's over, we will end the video. Okay, so Kreider accepted our big ass contract extension of whatever we gave him. He took it. So we only have, what, 1, 2, 1 more home game left. 7-0 to start the year, so we only have 2 games left. I think the rest of this video is just gonna be the Kyle Dubas, video. Kyle Dubas.
In New York, he got really sick as well, because that was going to be his run, because he played very well for Wilkes. He's gone back down, he's played well with Wilkes. So I think, certainly when I look at the guys that are down there pushing, Jack St. Ivany, obviously he's come up here and played well in this stretch, so I expect the messaging to him was go down, dominate, as you have this next, through the playoffs, help Wilkes to win, and then that'll get a better spot to be the camp next year, so certainly I expect him to be in that mix. Sam, I expect Sam to push and make the roster next year as a full-time guy. Joel Bludkus, we talked about earlier on the goaltending question. I expect Joel to push, but these guys have a massive opportunity here still yet on the playoff side. We've got Owen Pickering, his team's down to Braden Yeager's team 3-1 in their series. You know, whatever team falls from that series, the other guy's should be going into Wilkes to help them and help push. So those are the types of guys I expect. You know, Ponomarev, it's unfortunate. He came over, he was playing well, and he just got a really bad injury. It's going to take very precise care to come back with some bad high ankle sprain. So
I don't know who that is, but okay.
But he's someone who's already played in the NHL, played well in the NHL, and was playing well for us. It's unfortunate. It's still a number of weeks away, but we expect him to push for the roster as well. Those would be the types of guys I expect. Those 2 younger kids, Yeager and Pickering, push, assert yourself, like have a huge summer, assert yourself. We've shown here in this last stretch, if you're a young player, you can get and you're willing to push through the summer. You've got a massive opportunity. You can give it you can have a shot here with us. So that's what we need.
Excuse me.
Kyle, Ryan Graves, your most prominent free agent acquisition last summer. I think it's maybe fair to say it didn't work out as hoped for everyone involved so far this year. Just what was your assessment of how he played? And, does he still need adjustments to the system? Is there anything you can see that Ryan can do better to get more acclimated to Pittsburgh Penguins?
I think with Ryan, there's no dancing around it. He was a very good player in Colorado and New Jersey. Those were both very good teams. Came in from the beginning, I thought it happens. Did I expect it to go the whole year? No. I think part of that it's on us as an organization. It's as much on Ryan to push and find his way through the summer. I think it's a massive summer for him. His strength, which will allow him, I think, to be more physical and make stops in the defensive zone. His mobility as he gets 20 29 to start next year. So you have to push and work on that. You have to arm him with the path to get there. He has to execute it honestly. If he can do that, he's going to get back to being the player that he was when we signed him. But it's going to be up to him in the summer to execute that and come to camp and ready to roll. It falls in the same bucket as Tristan. In that I look at those guys that didn't think the ending of the year particularly is what stands out in everybody's mind. But if the whole year didn't go the way that you want, how are you going to respond? How are you going to change in the summer, change your preparation, change your training to be able to come in and make a greater impact? I think that's the expectation from Ryan. He's a great person, great character, and I know how proud he is, and I fully expect him to come back in next year and have a great. That's my view. I think that's again one of the better parts of this job is when you have people that are in those spots. You have to help them, but then they pull their way through and climb their way out and back. So that's my expectation. But I don't think it's related. I think it's professional athletics. You have to adapt after 7 games.
Yep.
So I think you have to adapt much quicker than that. So I think once it gets past the short stretch, systems and excuse.
Kyle Sid's obviously coming off a great year. He's also going into the final year of his contract. He'll be 37. Kind of what is your mindset in approaching him with contract talks and what the goal is? Would you like to get it done before the season starts?
I think to me, his age, you can kind of hit it on the head to start. He probably sat here for 17, 18 years and said he's coming off a great season. So just one of the great luxuries of having a player in person like that. I think those conversations, I know everyone is going to be a big topic. It's imperative that they're kept private between Sid, myself, and Pat Brisson. In regards to his meeting to the team and what the intention is, I think it's always been clear. I think he should finish his career with the Pittsburgh Penguins. How long that is?
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. Let him finish his career with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Crosby, by the way, guys, if you don't know this, if you guys don't know me by now, Crosby is probably my number one, the top three, the big three, Crosby, Malkin, and Letang, are probably three of my probably three of my all-time favorite Penguins players, and they will go down as the best Penguins players of all time, the greatest players of all time on the Pittsburgh Penguins that have played for the Penguins in my lifetime. But yeah, let me finish out this thing.
I'm not going to put anyone on Sidney Crosby. He's capable of great things.
But the one thing that I don't like that he said, which I was like, okay, it is what it is the fact that it's only between Dubas, Crosby, and someone else for his contract extension to be like, hey, it's only between us. Like, can't you be like, say, yes, we'll try to get a contract extension done for Crosby before the season starts, 24-25 season starts? Or that's gonna make me nervous. I'm gonna be a little bit nervous if I don't see any news and stuff that says that the Penguins, if I don't get any report saying that the Penguins have signed Crosby. But we don't know how long Crosby's career is gonna last with the Penguins. That's probably that's my understanding of why he
still performing at an extraordinarily high level, not only in games but every single day. His energy level, passion for it doesn't.
But yes, Crosby is getting older.
Even at this age, he's not about maintaining; he's about continuing to find new levels. So I think he's a special person.
Kyle, the power play never really got off the ground this year. Wasn't able to really establish much traction as the year went on. from your vantage point, did you feel that the issues with that unit were more of an execution standpoint with the personnel, or were there potentially some deeper-seated issues with regards to strategy and tactics? And just in your mind at this point in time, how do you go about fixing that unit so it's more of an asset as opposed to borderline liability?
Sure.